Origin Sensation is the final Houseki no Kuni art book we are getting from Haruko Ichikawa. Akin to the sequel of the Pseudomorphs of Love art book we got halfway into the series back in 2017. Everything about this art book feeds into the nostalgia of what this series was and how it ends. Ichikawa specifically chose OG Foss as the cover for that very reason. Some standard images that we expected were the full extended volume covers for volumes 9 through 12, as Pseudomorphs had the extended covers from 1 through 8. And Ichikawa did give some commentary on why she decided to pick what she picked, and you can read Walt's and Company's translation. They also did the volume 12's Party at the End special art book back in 2022. I'll go more into detail on my volume specific videos in their individual ones, as at the time of recording right now only volume 1 and 2 have been published on the channel, with volume 3 on the way. But if you want to check, me flipping through this entire art book, you can check the live stream of when I received this art book. What is new to this art book compared to Pseudomorphs is that Ichikawa added draft versions for volumes 10, 11, and 12, as well as drafts for the last 4 magazine covers for Afternoon. Truly nostalgic, because I actually remember speculating on the colors of the cover when chapter 96 came out back in June 2022, seeing how originally Ichikawa actually wanted gold for the Afternoon lettering, similar to the gold on Foss's face, and the moon is way more detailed than what we got in the final cover itself. Even with the final chapter release back in April 2024, Ichikawa originally stated that she wanted to use this special gold for the background color compared to the gradient that she ended up picking. The biggest thing, honestly, for someone that wants to go into collecting Ichikawa stuff should start always with Pseudomorphs for the first half of the series, and now this art book. We have volume 9's statute art book, we have volume 10's sticker collection, we have volume 11's compendium, we have volume 12's party at the end, and even volume 13's rock poetry. Of course, this particular art book doesn't really have the commentary that might be with some of these, especially volume 11 and 12's, which had a lot of text for it. One way we might potentially get it is you filling out this Kodansha form in the description below to show that, there is interest for an officially English translated version of all these art books. Maybe even this one as well. This art book itself is way less expensive than trying to find older versions of the releases for the individual ones from third-party sites. But we did get some crazy insight when it comes to Party at the End. We have some drafts here, which is awesome. I love that Ichikawa added drafts more than just a couple chapters that she used to put for Pseudomorphs. One of the prevailing theories back when this art book first released was that the person that was kissing the Lunarian here in this picture was... We cover their lips so you can't tell that they're making out. They're just talking real close to each other. I think it's Daya, and I don't know who the other one is. Diamond, but we actually find out from the commentary it was Purple Fluorite, who we actually see for the first time drawn out in this art book. Right over here. And you can see all the other gems that were mentioned in the story, like the alternate cover that we got for volume 10, or some of the others, maybe past partners of Yellow Diamond, and the ones, it's just cool. Ichikawa does talk about the economical way of printing for books, and this is something that pretty much everyone in the industry views when it comes to publishing. It's something that Evan Hayden talked about during our interview when adding translation notes pages on the ends of the English volumes. But this mindset of multiples of 16 shapes way more than what you might expect for a series. Not just, obviously, Houseki no Kuni, but almost any printed book. The other issue is, when it comes to printing, is this thing right here, gutter loss. Which is exactly why Ichikawa added all of these double page spreads and other single panel pages from the manga here to put on full display, as with the unique binding of this art book, we can get a truly flat image. when looking at these spreads, one of the ones that really spoke to me was this one right here, as this is not at all what it looks like in the final version. The dark up here all the way down and made this lighter, so that's probably why, but like you could see like the sky is completely black now, and she's using the pointillism to kind of create the fade for the horizon. Ichikawa worked very hard on this line work, especially with the flowers in the foreground, and obviously all the pointillism in the space, in the sky, in the background, and all for this to have like a white layer over it in the published version. Obviously, it makes sense for the story itself, but enjoy this delicious, a much clearer bonus image from this art book itself. The rest of the art book features other things that Ichikawa has worked on outside of Houseki no Kuni, one of which is the What If exhibition back in 2021, when we finally get a real good printed image of the shrine painting that she did, which is filled with her older characters and references of, obviously, you can see a little foss right there. She's also done the Chitose Airport in Hokkaido. They did a banner for the thing. She also did a social economics cover, Chikumas that she's currently still working on, as well as 3 other covers. 1, 2, and 3. I've seen the Galactic Railroad cover before, as well as the one-shot that she worked on. I think this is called like Segusa Sensei. It's like a very interesting one-shot if you haven't read it before. But this one I don't recognize at all, actually. Kind of looks like funeral stuff and whatnot, and the list down here talks about Katakawa, but if anyone knows of a physical version of where this cover or this drawing that she worked on exists, please let me know. I would love to grab it or figure out where it comes from. A few things that aren't here are the remaining Chikumas, since this only has a few of them, go into give or take like December of 2024, which is cool because it kind of gives us an indicator of how long ago she scheduled this art book, because these are the arts that got featured in here. So it looks like end of 2024, and then in the commentary she mentions the first issue of 2025. Obviously she's still ongoing as the main designer for the Chikuma series until the end of 2026. So maybe we'll get another compilation of these. I don't know. Kind of hard to when that's only about 36 pages or 36 images, and this art book is 300 pages plus. I don't see Ichikawa printing something else out for us realistically. The economics page here actually has a inside all blue version that isn't in this art book itself, but I scanned and put it up on Twitter a while ago when I received my copy, so you can grab it from there, or even the material repository in my Discord server. Around the same time as the Chitose Airport, Chapter 104's author comment mentioned a flower book that she wrote in but didn't actually design, which is why it's not featured in this final art book. Also, the banners for the watercolor artwork that I've showed off in shorts on this channel before, from the drone show to the banners on the Kodansha page, as well as the Shibuya and Osaka prints, are in full display here at the very beginning of the art book, as well as their drafts near the end in their full glory. I mean, these are so cool. In the commentary, Ichikawa talks about how because she wanted to make it watercolor, she kind of couldn't make mistakes, so these were all like one take, so she had to do it many times to figure it out. One of these she did have to digitally edit, and she's glad that she can't find when she visited the Shibuya installation, she couldn't pick up where she did the edits, so that's a plus on her end. But yeah, these came out when the final volume came out in Japan, November 2024, and there was a recent promo postcard versions of about 4 or 5 of these illustrations when this art book released in March of this year. And for anything I didn't cover, it's a lot, you know. We'll tackle it at some point during my very long Natural Historian playlist, but I guess you'll have to stick around for the long run to hear my insights, particularly. Land of the Lustrous will never die from this channel, of course. It might take a couple years or even a couple decades for us to return to form when this comet that Foss is literally looking at comes into our atmosphere in about 60 years. I was busy moving, which is why I didn't have this come out for the series anniversary in April. But 1 month late is better than nothing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.